Hey, what's up guys? I want to talk about audio in MIDI, and this is what you're going to be working with predominantly. 99.999% of the time, you're going to be working with audio and MIDI. So audio is what you're hearing right now, an MP3 on iTunes, something from your desktop, a loop like this, and it's audio, right? It's audio. That's what it is, and it's like bits and all that fun stuff, and that is the data, right? MIDI is just information. So we'll select an area, right click, insert MIDI clip, and we have not audio, we have data, right? And the data is pitch bend, mod wheel, other MIDI automation, key, on off, whatever, right? So we have this, we have audio, and this is audio. We can manipulate audio in Ableton really well, and we can manipulate MIDI data. These are the two pillars of music creation, right? Don't worry about what I just did there. You select the pencil draw tool guy, and you draw in the data, and it plays linearly. So I'll just kind of loop that, and of course you can drag things around, right? We have MIDI triggering, but the data isn't going anywhere. We can see it in our chain here. Data is coming in, but it's not being converted to anything, right? So what we can do is add an instrument. We'll just add an analog. This is our instrument. This is a synthesizer, and you'll notice that these little buttony things are on this side, and on this side we have an audio meter, right? So what it's doing is it's converting MIDI to audio. So the data is being converted into audio. MIDI is 3 years old, and it's still used to this day, and it's basically note information and other information going to a synthesizer. It can go to a modern VST like Massive, or it can go to a virus synth, or it can go to a synthesizer that's like 40 years old. With the right kind of adapters. MIDI is very versatile, and that's why it's still used. MIDI is used this way, and yeah, so that's basically a difference with that. So what I want to do is I want to show you the different aspects of working with audio briefly, and this is kind of an introduction. So yeah, we're going to right click, create audio track. This is how you create tracks, by the way. You can create a MIDI track. So audio in MIDI, right? And you'll notice that MIDI has this kind of MIDI data thingamajig. But with this, since we put an audio, a synthesizer on it, it's converted to audio out. So the meter bridge kind of thing gives you a clue, right? So we'll just do, yeah. So yeah, with this, these sections right here, this is your automation selector, and we're going to get into automation later. Automation is changes over time for different parameters. That's what automation is, really. This is your I/O, so it's different for audio and for MIDI. So we have our audio here. Just pay attention to this one, the one that's open. This is our audio, and we can have different things going on. This is being sent to the master, of course. It's very neat. I have two inputs on my interface here, and they're inputs 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So obviously an input would be stereo for a synthesizer. I'm going to select 3 and 4 and go in, so it's armed to record. You'll see it changes here, and I have sound coming from my synthesizer, and I can have sound coming from my guitar, my Nord, a microphone, and anything, and it'll take audio in like that, and that's how you have external audio coming in, and you can hit record and record it, and it's all well and good. Notice I have nothing on the channel here, which is pretty fun. I could do that for hours. Anyway, yeah, and that's the kind of transport control. For this, we have our inputs, so we can have, say, Ableton push, our input, so it's only receiving Ableton push, and we can see it's receiving that. We can have all ins, which is also nice. So we can record audio on this channel and then MIDI on this channel, right? It's still receiving both. And how you record to multiple channels at once is you select the record button and then hit Control or Command, I think on a Mac, and you can select two recording thingamajigs, and then you can hit record here, right? Right? So we have recorded two things, and I want to do this just to kind of give you a good example. We have audio recorded, right? The same synthesizer produced audio, which is this, right? And then I also recorded the MIDI information, which is, you know, which note, how hard it was played, and all of that. So I have recorded two things at once, which is amazing. And you can do other fun things like have this committed to whatever, and then you can add another synthesizer. You can also send the MIDI back to it. You can alter the MIDI, and you can do all sorts of fun stuff. And this is basically how you would work with recording audio. You'll notice over here we have delay. And this is to, you know, delay tracks. So, you know, if you have, if you are recording like an older synth or an older interface, you'll want Ableton to tell Ableton, hey, there's going to be a delay. So send this MIDI information however many milliseconds before you actually like intend to send it, so the delay is compensated. And that's basically how that works. And that is MIDI and audio. So all of these go into the master, and the master is the final output. And yes, of course, you can put things on the master, and it's no problem. I recommend putting a limiter. I put the L2, which is a BST plugin. I put that right at the end. And yeah, you can do a lot of fun things on the master, and everything is sent into the master. And that's the final kind of stage. You want this to not be going over 0. And yeah, this is basically an introduction to, what was this video called? Audio and MIDI channels. I think I explained it okay. As we continue, you will understand a bit more, and yeah. All right. Hope you learned stuff, and have a good one.